Good afternoon, YouTube, and welcome back to Fat Cat Collections. And today I just want to do a quick sort of unboxing show and tell, showing you guys some products by a company that I'm pretty excited was nice enough to send me some of their samples. And the company's called Duke Cannon. And they make soaps and shampoos and basically men's grooming products. Now, if you guys have been watching me for a while, you guys know that this channel is a little bit of everything. It's like a spice rack for everything that I'm interested in or into. And anytime I get a great product, I always want to share it with you guys. Whether I buy the product or it's part of a sponsorship arrangement. In this case, Duke Cannon was nice enough to send me all the products that I requested, which is really generous of them, and I want to thank them wholeheartedly for sharing their brand with me and allowing me to use it, try it out. Again, I'm pretty sure they're going to make a customer out of me, and I hope we can collaborate in the future on more stuff, because they have a lot of other products that I'd really like to check out. So if you have watched a few of my grooming videos, my videos aren't to tell you guys what to do. There's lots of channels out there where, and don't get me wrong, I do enjoy watching those channels. I check out those Instagram pages, you know, to name a few, like some of the men's fashion channels, like Alpha Male. I enjoy watching them. He's a great salesman. But, you know, what may work for one man may not work for another. And so let's just address what I look for. You know, I'm a huge cologne collector as well. I have well over 100 different samples, probably over 150. Some samples, lots full bottles. And there's nothing quite like smelling good. I mean, for me, and I don't know if you gentlemen are like me, you know, whenever I have a new scent, like a new fragrance, I always tend to get a new fragrance whenever I'm gonna do something that's like memorable, like a trip or vacation, a special event in my life, because that bonds that memory with that scent forever. And again, maybe some of you fellows are like me, maybe some of you are just don't think of it that deep, but for me it's just, it happens naturally. It's not like I even have to remember. It's just, it's a scent imprints on my brain and I remember that moment. And so, like, you know, like when last time I went to Vegas, what is it, one of the fragrances that I wore, it was my Vegas fragrance. It was Azzaro Chrome. And I think it's Azzaro Chrome. And now whenever I smell that, it always reminds me of Vegas. Same thing like my junior prom. I took one of my sister's best friends, Ellen. You know, Eternity for Women. That's the first time I smelled it. It'll always remind me of her. You know, vanilla reminds me of other exes. I mean, it's just really weird how all that works. Certain smells don't always necessarily remind you of a person. They remind you of a moment, or again, like I said, Vegas, a place. So it's really, I enjoy the journey when it comes to discovering new fragrances, new smells, and new products. Now, on the second side to that, the second side of the coin, when I look for grooming products, let's address. And this is a personal note, a personal thing. A lot of you guys, I'm sure, can relate. A lot of you guys won't. Hair. I wear my hair. I get a shaved part. I usually do a half guard down to a 0. Right now, it's grown in for probably about, I'd say, maybe 2 weeks now. I usually try to get it done every 3 to 4 weeks. And I don't, you know, my hair, as I've gotten older and I've gotten closer, I don't always address my age, but as I've gotten closer and hit that 40-year mark, that 40-year-old mark, which I'm older than 40, you know, my hair definitely has gotten thinner than when I was in my 20s. And that happens to lots of guys. And there's lots of guys who are blessed where they don't ever have to worry about that. And unfortunately, you know, fortunately, I'm very happy in my skin. I'm very happy in my shoes. I know there's things that I do need to work on. I need to get back into better shape and get back into health. Probably get down to about 160 pounds. I'm about 180, about 181. I've lost about 8 pounds in the last 3 weeks. I actually quit drinking completely. No more beer, and I was a pretty heavy beer drinker. Lots of fun in that time. Well, good 15 years of my life, I'd say. You know, I'd like to have a beer, and I haven't really been working. I decided to make a career change, and I'm deciding on what the next step is. So I've been taking some time off and enjoying myself and relaxing. But in that time frame, you know, I did overdo it on the alcohol and on the beer. And that's a personal part of my life that I've managed to make the right change, and I feel a lot better. I mean, the amount of calories I was taking in beer, was pretty insane. I'm not going to disclose all that. It is very personal. Maybe sometime I will do a video about that and maybe down the road. But right now, I feel absolutely fantastic. So again, my point is I'm very happy with who I am. I know we all have things we can improve on and become better at. But I do like myself, you know, and I like my hair. I do wish it was thicker. So I'm always looking for a product to help that. You know, I wasn't blessed with the thickest head of hair. And on top of that, although it's, you know, it hasn't changed in the last, I'd say 7 years, it's about the same. I'm not losing anymore. I'm sure as I get closer to the, you know, I mean, as we get older into our, you know, 50s, 60s, 70s, you know, it is, we do lose our hair, men and women. It's just part of life. Again, I'm sure there are some gentlemen who are a lot older, have, you know, it's just genetic. I believe it's on the female side. So point being, you know, on top of that, my hair is very fine. So I don't have thick hair. So even with the amount of hair loss that I have had over the since I turned, I'd say 30, when I was in my 30s, early 30s, I think it's when it started to happen. Fortunately, it really hasn't gotten any worse. After 35, it's been about the same. So that's good. You know, knock on wood, right? But yeah, it is something that, like, I do wish, you know, I see guys with these beautiful, like, Instagram model head of hair. I'm like, oh, that would be awesome to have. But, you know, it is what it is. So, and again, on top of that, my hair is really fine. So I'm always looking for something to, you know, a lot of guys will say you need moisture in your hair, you need this, you need that, but I'll tell you right now, my hair is not the kind of hair that you can put product in it, blow dry, and have it stay. You really need to put a lot of product on it, comb it, style it wet, and you know, even when I go to my hairdresser and she puts product in after a fresh cut, it'll sort of stay, but the moment you roll the window down in the car, my hair is so fine, you need to put so much product, and then with fine hair and thinner hair, it separates the hair, so you look like you have less. So it's kind of a balance between, you know, finding the right style that ultimately you're happy with and you feel good in your own skin, regardless of what other people may think. But on the flip side, I do things to help. I do have my hair cut in a shaved part, very short on the sides, so that tends to give you the illusion that there's more on top. A beard helps to distract a little bit, but I do like having a small beard, kind of a shorter beard as well. And then of course, you know, I tend to dye my hair, and that does help to kind of thicken the hair follicle. And also when I use products, I use shampoos that tend to, like I said, you need moisture in your hair. I tend to strip moisture. Well, I shouldn't say strip moisture, but there are shampoos out there like Pantene Pro V, brands like that, that your hair will feel super soft. But for my type of hair, that just makes my hair limp and lifeless. I mean, horrible. And so I use products that tend to help to, when you wash your hair with them, it almost feels like the hair is almost more squeaky clean. And then when I put hair product in it, it tends to help, it helps to penetrate. I get a little more lift, a little more volume, and a little more body. And that is what makes me happy, okay? As, you know, we work with what we have. So with that being said, after that long ramble, but I need you guys to understand, when I reach out to companies or they reach out to me, especially when it comes to grooming products, you know, soaps and colognes, it's just all about the smell. But when it comes to grooming products, I'm always looking for something that has fiber in it, different stuff that will help to maybe give the hair a little more oomph, a little more volume, and have it appear to be thicker. Generally when I would use gel, it just kind of stays, like I would use Gorilla Stomp most of the time, just because my hair, I need it to stay in place, being so active and moving around. But I've been changing up. I've been using some Teach Hanley, or not Teach Hanley, some Pedro stuff that tends to, when I mix some of the clay and the putty, using the sea salt sprays, it definitely helped to add texture, volume. Guys, no matter what kind of hairstyle you have, no matter how you wear it, short, long, thin hair, fine hair, use a sea salt spray. It is really the best stuff that I found in the last, I'd say, month or so, that really helps to make your hair feel like it has more texture. I mean, you guys all know, you go to the beach, you're out on the beach all day long, depending on where you may live, of course, and you go swimming, that salt water really works wonders for your scalp and for your hair, and you just feel, your hair just feels like it's coarser, thicker, and has more volume. And guys, I don't care, it's cheap enough to get, I don't care, and it smells great. You know, if you check out, there's so many brands out there, they all smell wonderful, I'm sure, at least the two that I have, by Pete and Pedro, and now by this wonderful company, Buchanan, drew a blank there. So let's talk about what they said. Now I haven't used all this product yet. I did actually try to make this video before showering. I had a ball cap on. I said, let me use some of it. So what they did send me, first off the bat, is a soap on the rope tactical scrubber. And I'm sorry I can't show you this because it's in the shower drying right now, but it's black and orange. I will do a video on each and every one of these products by themselves after I've had a chance to use them and get to know them a little bit. But this is great. You actually take it's got a coarse mesh and soft mesh. Coarse on the inside, soft on the outside. Depending on where you're scrubbing, you might want something a little softer. And then, of course, 50-50 mil-spec power cord that you can hang it, make any soap, any bar soap, a soap on the rope. So whether you want to buy these bar soaps or not, this is great for any bar soap that you may fancy. So great product. I'll put links in the description where you pick this stuff up. These products so far are awesome. They smell great. And I want to tell you about the ones I did use today. So let me first start off by showing you guys, I showed you guys the soap on the rope. The only thing I have to say negative about this is that it's pretty tough to get these bar soaps inside there. I thought they weren't going to fit. I had to kind of force it in there, but once it's in there, you know, it will wear and it won't be as snug. I'm sure the tactical soap pouch will actually break down a little bit, where it'll actually stretch out a little, make it a little easier to put those bar soaps in there. So I'm kind of surprised they made this small, but probably because the soap will wear down. There probably is a balance between making this thing too large, it's not flopping around the bar, and of course snug enough where you can still get the bar inside. So I'm glad that it actually worked out. I used this. It was pretty coarse. You definitely will exfoliate your skin with this, but I really like it, and it's a great way to be able to have another bar soap in the shower. So the bar soap I did use today is this one right here. It's the Buchanan Leaf and Leather. Absolutely smells fantastic. You definitely get that kind of fall leafy note to it. These are very masculine soaps, and they make a lot of different themed soaps as well. So I only have 4 I'm going to show you, but there's plenty you could check out. Christmas themed soaps, ugly sweater soaps. They have another soap called some video game inspired soap. I hope I can get my hands on each and every one over time, because they really are nice. So I use this today, and I smell fantastic. I haven't even put on any cologne yet, and I can smell my body. Just smell it. It's got a very nice leaf and leather scent to it, which is very masculine, and I definitely encourage you guys to check that out if you like fragrances that are masculine, leathery, woody. That's kind of what I really like, oud-based fragrances. So this one is my cup of tea. It smells fantastic. Next one here is called, by Buchanan again, called Campfire. This one here definitely has what you would expect, a smoky campfire smell to it. Even this, it's really hard. This almost smells like, I don't know, I'm getting a memory in my head of a family vacation going to a casino where there was a campfire on the beach, and just that smokiness to it. Because a lot of times, you go to a lot of these casinos, they're on the reservation, and there's always people out and about doing things and putting on fires and expressing their culture, and it just reminds me of that, and it smells fantastic. And if you are a guy who likes the outdoors, who loves the way a campfire smells, that smells of camping, being in the woods, I encourage you to check that one out. And these are, they call them big ass brick soaps. They're huge. They're 10 ounces. They're 3 times the size of your standard bar soap. So when you go on there and you say, oh man, like right now they're selling one of these soaps. The next one here I'm going to share with you guys, called Lump of Coal, on Amazon for $19. So you might say, wow, it's pretty expensive for a bar soap. But if you actually go directly to the website, let's see what they sell. And this one's out of stock on the website, or I'd refer you there. But most of their soaps on their website are about $9. So you're paying really about $3 for a bar of soap. The tactical scrubber is $15, and that's not bad, because you're really getting 3 bars for the money, and these are huge bars of soap. So keep that in mind. And what's nice about the tactical scrubber too is it suds up, but it doesn't waste the soap, is what I found. You're not going to really smear it on. A lot of times when you use bar soap, you tend to use too much and it wears quicker. With the tactical scrubber, you're getting just enough to exfoliate your skin, to use the amount of soap that's coming through the material without overdoing it. So this will make your bar soap last longer. So I think it's a great investment if you're going to check out, or not really investment, but it's a great purchase if you're going to check out these soaps. So and again, they have all kinds of stuff. Shower gels, if soap is your thing. I don't like shower gels for the most part, because I feel like you really blow through them quick. You put it in your hand, unless you're using something like the tactical scrubber or a loofah, I tend to wear go through them quite a bit more. So, and I still have them, but they have like, you know, plenty of different illegal cut pine, big ass brick of soap, ugly sweater edition, and they all have different scents. So definitely check out the link in the description. I'll try to get you guys a coupon code or something in the near future once I've reviewed all these products. So let's talk about the next one, which I said I was going to share with you guys. And this one here is the lump of coal. Now you might think that that's Christmas inspired. It's I don't believe it is, but this is it here. And you know, the whole thing with charcoal, activated charcoal now is kind of a big selling point with a lot of different products. They make toothpaste, hair care products, skincare products. So here it is here. Nice dark charcoal bar. Very masculine. Smells absolutely fantastic. This almost reminds me of walking into like the mall, where you have all different stores of different fragrances and products. It's got a very familiar smell, what you'd expect from going into like a Sephora or walking into again through the, you know, going past like just any kind of businesses. When you go into the mall, like Abercrombie, people are always spraying fragrances. Old Navy, it just has a very pleasant mall scent, if that makes any sense. This one here is a soap that is premium. It is formulated with activated charcoal, featuring that masculine scent of bergamot and black pepper. And I definitely get those notes. It does have a spicy appeal to it, a spicy note to it. This is definitely an awesome masculine soap. Definitely encourage you guys to check that one out as well. Look forward to using all these. I wish my shower had like a nice large soap platform. It doesn't, so I'll have to kind of use these, let them dry out, and kind of rotate through, because I don't want to really, these are going to last me almost a year, I'm sure, so I don't want to wait that long to share them with you guys. I want you guys to check them out and buy them. So pretty awesome. So the last one they sent me that I requested is this one here. Had to get this one here. This one is a Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey soap, and it's got that oak barrel scent. Oak and bourbon, if you're a masculine guy and you like to smell, just when I think of this kind of stuff, I think of cowboy, bikers, very leather, masculine, manly scents. Again, nothing wrong with the fresh scent like Zest and Irish Spring, but this is going to make you smell just extremely warm and masculine. And that one just smells awesome. This almost reminds me of something as a child you might get from like Avon or something that was actually more of the, again, the masculine, very dated. This is something that this might remind you of like your grandfather. It has that very masculine oak bourbon whiskey. And it says right in the thing, made with 90 proof Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. So awesome soap, guys. Awesome. I can't wait to use this one as well. So there is the soaps that they sent me, the bar soaps. And while I was on there, my original goal was to obtain some bar soap to share with them. And the idea behind this, the reason why I did, because my mom got me for Christmas, mom and dad, some bar soap that they picked up in a 10-ounce size. I forget the actual scent, but I loved it, and I've been using it. It's they got it on like Ross or something. It's just another masculine soap, and that kind of sparked my idea of saying, let me reach out to some companies and check out some of these bar soaps, because most of my subscriber base is men. Most of the viewers on my channel outside subscriber base is 95% men. And so guys, these are great products that, I mean, again, I never, prior to really getting involved in cologne collecting in the last, I'd say 3 years where I really stepped it up, I never would have thought about getting like premium soaps, and they really are nice, trust me. All right, so another couple things they sent me here are two of their deodorants, and this one here is their sandalwood and amber. If you guys like wood and amber, again, obviously you're gonna love this. They sent me the natural charcoal deodorant, and they sent me the antiperspirant deodorant. And so this is charcoal enriched as well, and you have a superior sweet and odor defense. Pretty awesome packaging. Again, very masculine. This kind of stuff that it's so pretty, it's so beautiful. I'm wearing this right now. This is fantastic. Heavy amber and sandalwood is absolutely awesome. So that's that one there. And again, the antiperspirant, very similar. More of the chalky kind of style, where I prefer the clear deodorants. These ones definitely help you not sweat. They kind of seal your armpits. Great if you're, going to be in a hot environment where you are. I'm not really much of a sweater. Even when I'm working out or running, I don't sweat all that much. Of course, I am drinking a gallon of water a day now, so maybe I've been dehydrated for 15 years, but we'll try this out as well. But smells fantastic. Both the same smell. I will say that the natural charcoal deodorant tends to be a little bit, it smells a little stronger than the antiperspirant, but nonetheless, awesome. Now, the other products, these are hair care products. So these I was pretty excited to get my hands on. They have their own sea salt spray. They call this the News Anchor Thickening Tonic. They say you can use this just as a hair care, or not only hair care, but a styling product without any other product, depending on your hair, maybe. For me, I use this. It smells fantastic, like you just came out of a barber. I use this when I just styled my hair now, and it's definitely got some hold to it, obviously. And as the night goes on, when I start to relax, my hair, I'll start to touch it a little more and break kind of the hold, and then it starts to look thicker because it's not actually separated with the product. So I wish I could show you guys that, but like my hair looks totally different than when I style it and then when I'm actually wearing it in the morning. I am going to invest in a blow dryer and see if what it's like with some of these products. I never actually wore my hair dry before, so I will come back and share with you guys kind of a before and after using a blow dryer instead. I know, again, my hairdresser always does it, but I walk out of there, you know, I roll the windows down in the car and my hair is all over the place. So we'll see with these, you know, stay tuned, because, you know, it is putting yourself out there to, you know, to talk about things that, you know, my skin has gotten really thick over the years, especially with YouTube and just people in general. So I like who I am, I appreciate who I am, and so really that's all that matters. But I do want to share that, because if you are a guy who deals with that too, you know, these are some great products you can try, and that might be able to give you more manageable hair, make you feel better about yourself. That's really what it comes down to, making yourself feel good about who you are and smelling great. So this I used beforehand. This is their News Anchor Hair Wash Cedarwood scent. Extremely strong on cedarwood. This is for, they call it thick hair. Again, and if I failed to mention, all these scents and soaps and all these products, a portion goes towards the military. So that's pretty cool that they do that. So, and they're all made in the USA. So definitely check that one out. What I like about this, and I was a little skeptical because I'm really particular to shampoo. I've used a lot of different shampoos, and like I said earlier, I want a shampoo. It's not going to weigh my hair down. This got my hair squeaky clean, still felt hydrated, and you could just tell when I style it, it's a lot easier to style. It doesn't lay, well, it doesn't lay as limp and lifeless as if I were to use like something with heavy in oils like coconut oil and those kinds of things that like a lot of the ladies use for that soft, beautiful, flowing hair. That shit doesn't work for me. So this is fantastic. This is a great product. And the other one I used here, this is their Duke Cannon News Anchor Fiber Pomade. So the idea in this is that you're going to get the hold, and the fiber is going to help to thicken your hair. Now, I don't really notice so much that it thickened my hair, but again, keep in mind, I am in a room here, and I know as much as you guys bitch about my lighting, I have a pretty powerful, like 100-watt LED on a umbrella light directly over me, 2 lights in front of me, 4 lights behind me, and the bathroom light. And even with that, it's still not super bright here. I can never get the lighting great. And, you know, there's a balance between, you know, I'm not going to go any brighter than this for anybody, because the problem is that like when you do have fine, thin hair and hair that has thinned out, you know, over the years, overhead lighting sucks. But you know, you can get an idea of where I'm coming from and what I deal with. Again, I'm happy with. Again, do I wish it was a nice, big, thick, insane head of hair? Absolutely. But I'm happy with the way it looks. I'm happy with me. But we try to dim them down a little. You know, guys, if you are dealing with that kind of stuff, be very careful where you go out to eat and where you sit. Dim locations, that's the best. All right, so really that's about it, guys. I like the fiber pomade. I've always been a gel guy, but I have been experimenting with the pomades. This stuff definitely feels like it's giving me some nice